Well, hello and welcome back to Thrive Thursday, where today our 321 is going to be on a quick tip for building habits that last and the connection between art and an open mind. Of course, I get these from James Clear every week and pass them on to you. He knows a little bit about habits. He wrote the book Atomic Habits, so this ought to be insightful. And again, our 321 are basically three ideas, two quotes, and one question to consider each week. All right, well, let me get out of the way here. I'm going to knock the banner out and hide me so that you are just into the 321 here. Let's look at our first idea. A quick and easy tip for building habits that last: pick a standard time and place to do it. It's easier to wake up knowing I exercise at 4 p.m. than to decide each time when to fit a habit into your day. If it's already decided, all you need to do is show up. Well, doesn't that sound easy? Just show up, right? That's the hardest part we have sometimes, is showing up. But I'd say anytime in habit formation, you've got to get the subconscious on board and get it structured and get it planned. And that's why we have habit trackers. You want to have the habit tracker, and whatever you want to either modify, create, change, get rid of, pop it in there. And how many times are you going to do it this week? And then check that off and make sure that you get it done. And then in your planner, put what time you're going to do it. Make it just part of your routine. And then you don't have to figure out when to do it. It's already scheduled. So just go ahead, show up, and get it done. So fun and easy, just get it done. All right, well, spend more time searching for better information sources. A body filled with junk food struggles to move well. A mind filled with junk thoughts struggles to think well. This is a little bit about clarity, right? I mean, maybe you just need some better information sources that can keep you on track. If you're going out there and just finding stuff that's just messing with you and getting you distracted all the time, maybe find a different information source. Maybe Facebook isn't the right source for you if you end up spending hours and hours just going through posts and getting off track. So maybe find a different information source. I know Facebook just added some news feeds and things, trying to help you out, right? But maybe you need to find something that's not junk food for the mind. Get out there and take some time. That's one of the things we talk about A to B for me all the time. It's 10 minutes a day of reading in your stock planning that we talk about. Be sure you go out and you get the best news sources for every day to be sure that you know where you're going for. But just maybe search for better information sources for yourself so that you're not just taking in junk food into the brain all the time. All right, different meanings can be assigned to the same events. Does that ever happen to you? Look for evidence of how the world is encouraging you, and you'll find it. Look for evidence of how the world is burdening you, and you'll find it. Choose an explanation that empowers you. You can always find evidence that the sky is falling. There's a bunch of people, we just talked about a bunch of them on Facebook. There's a bunch of them out there yeah, if you want to have a pity party and you want to have a bad day, there's a lot of people that'll help you. We suggest A to B for me. You look for evidence of how the world's encouraging you and find people that are going to encourage you. We got to talk about being around your circle of encouraging friends and people that are going to help you grow. So hang out with those people. But whatever you're looking for, I can guarantee you're going to find it. But we suggest that you choose an explanation that empowers you, makes you stronger, and gets you moving in the direction your dreams. All right, well, let's look at a couple of quotes. The first one's from a theoretical physicist, Richard Feynman, with some advice for life. Now, he was, I guess, he got a Nobel Prize based on some quantum physics stuff. So it's kind of interesting we're getting something here about love. It says, fall in love with some activity and do it. Nobody ever figures out what life's about, and it doesn't matter. Explore the world. Nearly everything is really interesting if you go into it deeply enough. Work as hard and as much as you want to on the things you like to do the best. Don't think about what you want to be, but what you want to do. Keep up some kind of minimum with other things so that society doesn't stop you from doing anything at all. Interesting, right? This is from his lectures on physics, but it's so true. We get so hung up in who we want to be that we just forget about what we need to do. And the key to success is just doing your best. We're not sitting here trying to compare ourselves to other people. You want to compare yourself to your own abilities and be sure that you can just do the best, the very best that you can do, and keep up some kind of minimum with other things. So all the other things out there, just have a minimum so that society doesn't stop you from doing anything at all. But pretty good thing here. Fall in love with some activity and do it. There you go. Just make it your passion. Get rolling. Find out what that is. We talked about that in 5 Days of You. And get out there and make it happen. All right, writer Gene Winterson on the connection between art and an open mind. Most of us spend a lot of time censoring everything that we see and hear. Does it fit with our world picture? And if it doesn't, how can we shut it out? How can we ignore it? How can we challenge it? We are continually threatened in life. It's true. But once you are alone with a book, and it's also true with a picture or with music, all those defenses drop, and you can enter into a quite different space where you will learn to think differently about yourself. Interesting. Once you're alone with a book, and it's also true with a picture or with music, all those defenses drop and you can enter into a quite different space where you'll learn to think differently about yourself. All right, well, there's something to think about. Just let yourself roll, right? And we talked about creativity a lot in this week's Overcoming Obstacles session 6, and that has a lot to do with just getting out there and just letting the mind expand and really rest and allow different thoughts to come in. So really good stuff. And of course, so many times when we're listening to people these days, we're really not listening. We're just waiting for them to stop talking so we can talk. Well, how about just the listening? And seeing what they've got to say, and consider what they're saying. And then if you have a rebuttal, put it out there. And if they're not willing to rebuttal, then maybe it's not a conversation worth having. All right. Well, let's look at a question for you this week. If it fails, where does it fail? A lot of people, when they get their failures, they just want to forget them. Fail and forget. Let me get on down the road. And for the subconscious, that's a good thing. Failing forward, just don't dwell in it. But if it fails, where does it fail? You want to examine these things because you don't want it to happen again, right? When you're zigging and you're zagging and you're not paying any attention, you're not learning. So failing is an education, and it's telling you what not to do. So keep track of that. If it fails, where does it fail? And that'll help you keep moving in the direction of your dreams. All right, well, that is it for this week's 321. I hope you had a great week, and just keep it rolling for yourself because you got this. Let me hop back in here real quick and say goodbye to you. But again, have a great week and keep moving in the direction of your dreams, and we will